Welcome back to our channel, where we bring you the most important global news in a way that's easy to understand and packed with insights. Today, we're diving into some major developments surrounding the ongoing war in Ukraine. From Russia's record defense spending to high-profile EU visits in Kyiv, we'll break down what this means for the future of Europe's largest conflict since World War II. Let's get started. Russian President Vladimir Putin has officially signed off on a new budget plan that pushes military spending to unprecedented heights for 2025. Over 32.5% of the entire national budget will now be allocated to defense, totaling a staggering 13.5 trillion rubles, roughly $145 billion. To put that into perspective, this is a significant jump from the 28.3% allocated this year. Why such a sharp increase? Moscow is doubling down on its efforts to secure what it considers victory in the war against Ukraine. Since the full-scale invasion in February 2022, this conflict has turned into Europe's largest military showdown since World War II, draining resources on both sides. While Ukraine has received billions of dollars in military aid from Western allies, Russia's strategy seems focused on leveraging its larger, better-equipped forces. Russian lawmakers have already approved these budget changes, signaling the Kremlin's unwavering commitment to sustaining its war efforts despite growing international isolation. In contrast to Moscow's escalating military focus, Kyiv welcomed fresh signs of solidarity from the European Union. On their first day in office, newly appointed European Council President Antonio Costa and EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas visited Ukraine's capital, Kyiv. Their message? The EU remains firmly behind Ukraine. Costa emphasized this support by posting on social media, saying, "From day one of the war, the EU has stood by Ukraine. From day one of our mandate, we reaffirm our unwavering support." In a press conference with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, Costa highlighted the EU's recent commitment of €4.2 billion to Ukraine's national budget. On top of that, €1.5 billion per month will be provided, largely funded by proceeds from frozen Russian assets. But here's a critical question. What happens if the US, under a potential new Trump administration, scales back its aid to Ukraine? Costa reassured the world that the EU would continue standing by Ukraine for as long as necessary. President Zelenskyy also shared his perspective on what's next for Ukraine's security. He stressed that any future ceasefire talks must involve representatives from both the EU and NATO. Why? Because Ukraine sees its future security tied directly to these alliances. However, Zelenskyy was candid, saying he doesn't see any realistic basis for negotiations with Russia at this time. He made it clear that Ukraine will never legally recognize any territory occupied by Russia. On NATO membership, Zelenskyy had this to say: offering NATO membership to territories under Kyiv's control could end the hot stage of the war. This statement underscores how critical international backing is for Ukraine's long-term security. Let's not forget the human toll this conflict continues to take. In Ukraine, a Russian drone strike hit a minibus in Kherson, killing 3 people and injuring 7 others. Meanwhile, Saturday's missile attack in Dnipro left 4 dead and 24 injured, with several in critical condition. On the flip side, Russia also reported casualties. A Ukrainian drone attack in the Bryansk region tragically killed a child. Moscow claims to have intercepted 29 Ukrainian drones overnight, but the ongoing escalation shows no signs of slowing down. Each of these incidents highlights the devastating impact of this war, not just on soldiers but on civilians caught in the crossfire. These developments paint a stark picture of the challenges ahead. Russia is ramping up its military efforts, while Ukraine continues to lean on its Western allies for support. Meanwhile, the EU is stepping up its leadership role in Kyiv, sending a clear signal of solidarity. As always, we'll keep you updated on this evolving story. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you think this conflict will unfold in the coming months? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to help us spread awareness. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.